Rasul, what up, yo? I'm gonna have to get on this one. Yo, the might Canaan Moor bite flow tight like Moored to blood moons full reflecting sun's light. At night, Moor's order of round table setters. I self-law, a master is more than letters. Vocal mudra, I write spells by spelling. Tone intelligent, no need for SETI yelling. Black power, most won't check what we're taught. Power is all illusion, it's all about force. Thoughts make magistrates bend, not back spasms. Active more stand on squares when that happens. Ancestors step out of realms into being. Pen one wizard, make them reveal eyes of lizards. Seeing, never doubt self, Allah and man will force one to inner, under and overstand. If man's hand can extend past Allah, what your ancient foremothers and forefathers are. You are with no doubt or contradiction. 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 I wear beads of Buddhist cause I know I'm as Asiatic a prophet. You think he's black, just stop it. Solomon said I'm black, belong to a nation. I respect that more than what black power's saying. Islam Moors, Canaanland Moors class, Tuesday, the 8th of the 8th. Woo! Vortex Day. Vortex Day today. Infinity Vortex. Can't escape. Can't escape the 16. Can't escape the 7. Sorry. You can't escape. You can't escape. Just letting y'all know once again, we're getting it back up. The Hip Hop Decoded Youth Series. Starting it back up because people playing games out here. All you mumbling people and all these trap people and whatever. Killing it. So we're going to be up at the Malvern Library every Thursday. Every Thursday, 5 p.m. Sign up August 31st because space is limited and we're not here playing no games with this rap crap. It's going to be hip-hop decoded, rap decoded, all the other stuff decoded. Let's get these young people back in mind, and then keep in mind, remember, that back in the day when we used to do this. Back in the day when we used to do this, we used to do this under the alias of Cultural Educators of Toronto when we were on the Black BS. So we revamped the program because Moors are running the program now. There's not black guys anymore running this program now. So like we said, went to the library, you know, the city library, the city guys. Yeah, went to the city guys, and the city guys approved our space so the Moors could do a youth program on hip-hop for the youths. Because the library people, according to them, you know, all these guys do is come in here and play video games all day. Because they got the big wall TV. Right? No programs. They got studio in there. Islam, peace and love to the brothers in One Oak who are running out of the studio spot, right? And yeah, they're on the information, you know what I mean? They're not dummies or whatever. Been studying, been on knowledge of self, right? So Islam to the brothers in One Oak that got the studio spot connect, so they got the studio program going where these, you know, and again, you know what I mean? These aren't the mumble rap, crap, trap guys. This is old school hip hop. Right? This is old school. So they're running the studio, and then I'm going to be running the classroom. So if you want to support the program, you can send your donations to culturaleducators@gmail.com. culturaleducators@gmail.com if you want to support the youth program. And what the funds are going to be, since people want transparency and they want to know where the money going, you know, you guys don't ask the $5,000 guys where's the money going when they charge you $5,000 for a package. But we want some fiat so we can run a youth program. You want transparency. Okay, so we're going to give you transparency. The reason why we're asking for finance is because we know, based on the library lady, that they come to this program, the quote-unquote young people. They come to this program after school, 4 o'clock. And then program probably goes till 8 o'clock. Right? Now they do play video games, go do whatever studio, go play ball, whatever they want to do. 4 hours. Nobody once thought about water for them, food for them, nothing. Just let them go run wild. No wonder they're sitting on their ass playing video games, because they're tired. That's rest time. Because nothing's there for them. Because the black guys in the community are doing nothing. You know what I mean? Like, trust me. I talk to the library people. So there's enough work for Moors to do. That you don't need your own stuff. You don't need your own stuff. Because half of these people out here who are adults or whatever, they should be studying. Children get taught. Adults go study. Right? So Moors who know about their nationality and birthrights, don't worry about do something for these adults who in 2 weeks they're not going to be in contact with you no more, because, you know what I mean, they want to do their own stuff. But they don't want to deal with the birthright. They want to deal with the BS. Trust me. Get some Illuminati stuff like that and teach that to these youths. Because one thing, they didn't know nothing about Africa. You know, because some of the young gods were there, you know, doing the video game BS. You know, so we're just doing some outreach, letting them know programs coming, you know what I mean? Tell whoever's interested in Illuminati and all that stuff like that, we're reporting, what? You gonna talk about Illuminati? Yeah. Why not? I thought that's a secret. Nobody talks about that. Alright. Interesting. Nobody talks about that, huh? Well, so clearly the black guys aren't doing nothing. So we'll see what goes on. Hip Hop Decoded is back. Hip Hop Decoded is back. Oh yeah, I can't forget. Peace and love to the Black Dot. Make sure you go get his new book. Make sure you go get his new book. Just go look him up. The Black Dot. Alright. We also wanted to revisit some things, because it's apparent that, you know, Moors having a hard time studying because they forgot the primary strategy. Page 47, diversion. About 4 Moors called me this week about EIN number. Quick question. Who's giving you that number called EIN number? IRS. You don't see nothing wrong with that? No bells and whistles, neon lights or nothing going off? Nothing? Nothing at all, huh? So, let's go here first. Diversion. The primary strategy. The primary strategy. Diversion. And keep in mind, on page 46, there's a table of strategies where they list 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. When they list 15 strategies, and they even put an end part, so you know that there's no more after that. Right? 15 strategies that they use for this primary strategy of diversion. So before the 15 strategies, let's see, you know, what is these people's intention? Because remember, this is the so-called elite or whoever talking. King Alfred plan. Some dude found it on
some computers at some government auction is what the word is, right? That's how they were found. This is where they were found, I mean. And basically, it's outlining the same thing that Dr. Boyd Graves was talking about with the US Special Virus Program, where it appears that everything being done as far as population control is predominantly directed at unconscious Moors. Every single shot, every single vaccine shot is directed at unconscious Moors. Every single fine for a gun, a bullet, weed, whatever, is specifically designed to target people with high concentrations of melanin. Specifically for them. And people want to create trusts and stuff like that, and have EIN numbers, and don't realize that you just played yourself. Because if you check the record of what, because none of us ex-Negro, black, colored, African, or so-called Ethiopian people would know nothing about national and birthrights if it wasn't for Noble Drew Ali. We wouldn't know anything about national birthrights if it wasn't for Noble Drew Ali. I don't care who put you on, Noble Drew Ali put them on. So, we want to know about trust and stuff like that. You just fell victim to the primary strategy, diversion. You want to know about EIN numbers? Guess what? You just fell for a primary strategy, diversion. You don't know how to fix your credit bureau or have your own plates? Guess what you just fell for? The primary strategy, diversion. Because this is really about what Noble Drew Ali brought you. It's really what this is about. Why is it about him or whatever? Because Allah sent him. You know, that guy just came up yesterday and self-proclaimed himself a prophet. Like, he got, his aunt put him in the stove and put the stove on. And he came out unscathed. Well, he came out with marks on his back, but that's pretty much unscathed. If somebody, for whatever reason, takes you as a child, puts you in an oven, closes the oven, puts the oven on and walks away from the oven. And then, go ask the Moorish Science Temple people, all the Supreme Grand Sheiks or whatever like that, if this is not legit history of Noble Drew Ali. Left him in the oven, left the oven. Family comes home, opens the oven, and he comes out the oven. But he's not a prophet though. He's just some guy came talk some BS. So the purpose is diversion. Get you at all times to have your attention on the stuff on the back burner, EIN numbers and, you know what I mean, chicken strips and pork syrup on whatever, instead of the front burners, Noble Drew Ali, Moorish Divine National Movement, and anything relative that's for the liberation of our people. So diversion, the primary strategy, not the secondary, primary. Experience has proven that the simplest method of securing a silent weapon and gaining control of the public is to keep the public undisciplined and ignorant of basic systems, principles, on the one hand, while keeping them confused, disorganized, and distracted with matters of no real importance on the other hand. Right? One hand, keeping them confused, disorganized, with no real importance, and keeping them warped in these two jurisdictions that are completely based in color. For example, some Hebrew guy and Morisco world going at each other right now. On one hand, you have confusion, disorganization, and on the other hand, you have something really of no real importance because they're civil liter mortus. They don't even have a nationality to talk or make a video or say anything or have even, anybody respect their opinion because they're stateless. Stateless. Once you're stateless, sorry. Plaintiff in error. Ask Marcus Garvey. Forget Dred Scott. He ain't nobody. Ask Marcus Garvey. Ask who you guys know. How come his case was plaintiff in error? How come? Because he told the Negroes, but they fell for the diversion, right? About write letters to the president as UNIA. Negro, you're not a citizen. You can't write the president. Dummy. Your own organization says you're a Negro. If you're a Negro, you're not a citizen. So why are you writing the president? What president is giving Marcus Garvey a pass for something? For giving Jumia a pass for what? For what? You're stateless. What letter you write to the president? The president not paying you no attention. You're a ward. Who are you writing letters to somebody? Ward of the crown. And they stay diverted. They stay action first, think later. So diversion is achieved by, so they even tell you how they do this so you can counteract. Now, when we say how they do this, tell me if Noble Drew Ali didn't bring everything to already counteract these people who he foresaw coming, because this is the 1960s, remember. He foresaw them coming, put things in place so Moors would not get caught up with this. Only the so-called minority, blacks, Indians, Latinos, Puerto Ricans, and poor whites. This is achieved by disengaging their minds, disengaging their minds from what? Remember, you're dealing with Masons and occult devil worshiper people. So disengaging their minds to dumb person who doesn't study and disengaging their minds to Moors is two different things. Because if man is mind, what are they disengaging the mind from? In order to exercise this primary strategy of diversion, what are they disengaging their minds from? What's the most important thing to a Negro? Freedom. Oh, that's not one of the principles Noble Drew Ali brought for the unconscious Moors who are classified as Negro, Black, Colored. Freedom. We're not going to rep him. We're going to rep some perm head guy. Sabotaging their mental activities. What mental activities? There's such a thing as mental activities? And what level are these activities? Because, you know, in sports there's bantam and expert. So what kind of mental activities are they sabotaging? Oh, and then didn't Noble Drew Ali tell the Moors that the press is the only weapon for the avalanche of lies that we unleashed upon you, because lies cause confusion. Confusion causes messed up thinking or an inactive mental. By providing a low quality program of public education in mathematics, logic, systems design, and economics, and by discouraging technical creativity. And you know, when we speak about creativity, we're not talking about brothers wearing nail polish and dresses, talking about their creative. They're expressing their creative side and wear a dress. No, we're not talking about that level of creativity. Just so people don't get it twisted and think that, you know, Moors are pro some type of against nature stuff. 2, engaging their emotions, increasing their self-indulgence, and their indulgence in emotional and physical activities. Engaging their emotions. You already know, right? Rest in peace. But we have Brother Garner and Sandra Bland to show the emotional level that our people are on. Oh yeah, we also have the sister who's I talking to? Where they pulled the sister over and then she's crying. Oh yeah, we're talking about it in class. And she's crying her eyes out. And he didn't even want anything. And she's crying her eyes out because police were pulling her over. For nothing. She thought she was going to get shot. Engaging their emotions. Like, okay. Engaging implies 2 parties. So if you have emotions, what is the enemy using to engage those? If it's not them, because they're not in your face. You don't see them every day. Right? But they tell you how. By unrelenting emotional affrontations and attacks. Unrelenting. Look that up. Emotional affrontations. Look that up. And attacks. Mental and emotional rape is what they, relate this unrelenting emotional affrontational attacks to. Mental and emotional rape is basically what it is that they're doing. By way of constant barrage of sex, violence, and wars in the media, especially the TV and newspapers. constant barrage of sex, violence, and wars in the media, especially the TV and newspapers. Remember in the track when we talk about, elders say don't get brainwashed by the one-eye monster? That's the TV. The one-eye monster is the TV. If you're not using it for educational purposes, you shouldn't have one. Only educational purposes. With regard to know thyself, not just, HBO documentary that's on, so we'll just watch this because that's educational. No. We're talking about information that is going to liberate you, yourself, your household, plants in your household. Everything's energy is going to change because of the information that's vibrating throughout the household through that screen. Right? So especially TV and newspapers, they're going to be doing this barrage of sex, violence, and wars. Sex, violence, wars. Sex, violence, wars. Sex, violence, wars. Well, no matter what it is, that's what it is. Every day, all day, 365 days a year. That's all it's about. Go watch, well, they call him Mos Def, but the video is Mos Def exposes Illuminati or something like that. Mos Def exposes Illuminati. Mos Def exposing or exposed the Illuminati or something, right? Where he was breaking down, crying. But he's like, I don't get my own people, I don't care, man. I don't get it. It's like sniffling and all that. He was on the other side. They booted him out the other side to the poor righteous side. He got away with some stuff, so he's good. Right? All because he started calling himself Bay. Just like that. Like he was in movies and Hollywood and stuff like that. He started calling himself Bay, and then all of a sudden, he can't cross the border, and they're holding him down, sticking stuff in his throat for some experiment and stuff like that. Like, how come all of a sudden this Bay thing caused so much? Oh, because it's about those attacks. Because this is not only on the dumb public who don't get that they're being attacked. This is on the people who they were using to attack you in the media and the TV, entertainers and whoever else. That you watch that lady, that comedian lady, Luell, with the blonde hair, big lady. She's on Vlad breaking it down. Like breaking it down. Just what the system is. Like, you know what I mean? Like, I'm in it. I'm telling you what it is. And anybody who talks, they get silenced. If you talk about the wrong people, yes, they will silence you. All this is King Alfred plan. Stuff that we got. In our library, we got this. In our libraries, we have this info, which is for these people's survival, because they think everything's chill. They think everything's might be chill for Moors, but these people are in trouble. They don't even know what's coming. I told you, brother went to the bank. They said, "Where you going with cash? You better get you a account or something like that." What cash you talking about? What paper dollars? Paper dollars? What's that? Which, yes, I see. Oh yeah, go run. Get correct your credit and fix the credit and do the credits and you don't know what withdrawal he brought you though. even have a Holy Quran? No, not that BS. Circle 7 Quran. You don't even got that? You talk about you going to court for something? Saying you're a Moor? You don't even have Noble Drew Ali stuff? Just stop playing. Get out of the diversion hamster wheel. Start studying what was presented to you. Because he did sacrifice himself for you. He did die for your sins. Yeah, he died because he died for the fact that you were Negro black colored. You didn't want to get it. That you're Moors. And he got assassinated for that. El-Hajj got assassinated for that. Khalid starts saying he's a Moor. He got assassinated. Egg Schmeg. Sickle cell, he was curing himself of that. He said Moors in his book. You're not supposed to say that word if you're on that side. You can say anything else. You could put fezzes on. You could put turbans on. You better not say Moor. Better not. Right? Just check the record. Anybody that said it, they don't last too long. Especially if they're stateless. More so if they're stateless. They'll let them talk Egyptian all day. As soon as they start talking about Moor, they're Moors and whatever, that's not lasting too long. You're either going to change your tone or we're dunning you. Ask, again, we're going to say, ask Brother Mario Albay. Go ask him how hard they'll go to make you give up your birthright for a morsel of bread. Literally. So when we say people who are not down with letting our people know the truth about their nationality and birthrights, and they want to play like this is some join up on something, or some paper you buy is gonna do something for you or whatever, and people get mad because we're beating people in the head or whatever like that for talking BS. Unrelenting emotional affrontations and attacks. Moors who are victim to the victimization. That they don't want to victimize anybody because, you can't do that because we're supposed to love everybody. Traitors, demons, jinns. We're not talking about the jinn with the turban and the staff, with the flame in it. We're not talking about those jinn. Those are the good jinn. We're talking about the jinn from American Gods. Those jinn. You want those jinn around? You really want those jinn around? You really gonna show them love? Interesting. Giving them what they desire in excess, junk food for thought, and depriving them of what they really need. 3. Rewriting history and law and subjecting the public to the deviant creation, thus being able to shift their thinking from personal needs to highly fabricated outside priorities. So the last, and which I would say most crucial because it's most relative to what Noble Drew Ali presented, right? And then you could relate this to in the abridged dictionaries when they say the definition and then they say 1 to 7, and then everybody's looking at 1 like, yeah, that's the real meaning. No, the last one is really the one that you should be paying attention to, not those other ones. Right? So, 3, rewriting history. We know that they did that. Rewriting law. Moors know that they did that. Negro, black, colored people, they think that Moors are tripping when we're saying you don't have rights like that. Yeah, I have a constitutional right because I'm a citizen of... No. Constitution doesn't give you rights like that. You have to have a nationality to be connected to the rights that you're talking about you have. So, subjecting the public to the deviant creation, thus being able to shift their thinking, again, dealing with the mind again, because man is mind first. So in order to change the people, you must change their literature. Why? Because their literature is going to be interpreted by their mind. And once they have the right literature going into their mind, rewriting history, giving them the truth about their nationality and birthrights and all that stuff, rewriting law, which is dusting off all the stuff, peeling back all the layers of the Constitution, which is the supreme law of the land, and enforcing that as what the law is and what the people should follow. Because the Constitution is for all free beings. And if slavery is over, then black guy, you're supposed to be free. And you know, black guy, you were supposed to go to the Freedmen's Bureau after they freed you. You know, black guy, African guy that came over here on a slave ship, when they took off the chains and said, emancipation, you're free. You were supposed to go down to the Freedmen's Bureau, get your name back, get your 40 acres, your mule, and all the stuff that they said that they were going to give you. And then go be free. Because you have a constitutional right to that. Now, the fact that they destroyed the Freedmen's Bureau so you didn't get that opportunity. And then, interestingly, in 1913, a man who's Cherokee, remember, the names that you were going to reclaim weren't going to be some names from across the Atlantic Ocean. Because the Europeans know that the Egyptians and the Hebrews and the Moors and whoever else, whatever else they wanted to call them, were on this side as well. So trust your name would have been from this side. This Cherokee comes, goes to Egypt, comes back, starts pushing this idea that we're not Negro, black, colors, or whatever like that, which is slaves, and telling you that you're Moors, which is tied to the names El Beyd Al Ali, which is what you're claiming, which is the same thing that the Freedmen's Bureau was supposed to do. Only the difference is that this is giving you back your vast ancestral estate, not 40 acres. But Negro, black, colored people are going to stay black complaining about who's doing what to them or whatever, opposed to joining the Freedmen's Bureau and getting themselves back in their correct status so they can be free. But, you know, they don't listen to Moors though, so it's all good. They will feel, I guarantee you that. Now, in order for them to exercise this diversion, the primary strategy, they're not going to just walk upon you and do it. So they have silent weapons that they use. And again, going back here, because people are diverted right now, and they lost connection that vaporization techniques are going to be employed in King Alfred. Coffins driving down the streets on armored stuff, it's diversion. Ask the Moors who are in the military, they'll tell you. They'll tell you. Diversion. They're vaporizing if they want to get rid of you. Empty caskets. Everything that is expected from an ordinary weapon is expected from a silent weapon by its creators, but only in its own manner of functioning. It shoots situations instead of bullets. It shoots situations. Remember the silent weapons, right? So you're getting a good build on, you know what I mean? Going in on some Taj Tariq Bay or whatever. And then all of a sudden this video pops up. So why are you talking BS about Taj Tariq Bay? And then you're stopping to ponder. The fact that they're talking BS should let you know that that's a silent weapon. Because that's master teacher. Everybody who says that they're more or whatever, they got something from him. Guaranteed. Anybody talking against that, the teachings, the individual, a statement they said, whatever, know that you're dealing with a silent weapon. Silent weapon. Shoot situations, not bullets. Remember, you're not dealing with the physical, you're dealing with the abstract. So, when we say he got shot, situation, not bullet. Propelled by data processing instead of chemical reaction. Originating from bits of data instead of grains of gunpowder. From a computer instead of a gun. Operated by a computer programmer instead of a marksman. Under the orders of a banking magnate instead of a military general. It makes no obvious explosive noises, causes no obvious physical or mental injuries, and does not obviously interfere with anyone's daily social life. But, or yet, it makes an unmistakable noise, causes unmistakable physical and mental damage, and unmistakably interferes with daily social life. Unmistakable to a trained observer, one who knows what to look for. The public cannot comprehend this weapon. This is how confident they are in people's ignorance, based on the diversion. Right? Based on the diversion that they're employing, they're so confident that they're saying the public cannot comprehend this weapon. You know, not talking to you, Moors. We know you study. The people who say that we're weird, or we're crazy, or whatever like that, we got the bucket hat, your Kentucky Fried Chicken, where's the Colonel hat on? Those people. Right? Can't comprehend the weapon being used on them. Right? Prime example. Right? Remember, the public can't comprehend the weapon, and in their not being able to comprehend the weapon, they end up doing the work of the enemy. Case in point. Same situation. Morisco TV going against this Hebrew guy. So I leave a message for the Hebrew guy. Peace, Hebrew guy. Keep in mind, those Moors that you talk about, they're in their own lane. Like, don't say Moors when there's specific people that you're dealing with who claim to be Moors. Like, call those people's name. Nah, well, you know what I mean? Your organization has to deal with this. Or no, what organization? Like I said, right? Well, you know, your organization, because MSTA this and that, MSTA this and that. I'm like, hold on a second. And I'm sitting back and I'm like, hold on a second. This is the same thing like what the colonist does. Where the colonist is going to say, and this is the comment that I left, the colonist is going to say, suspect has a hood on. He has a gun. And colonist mentality is everybody with a hood is a suspect. Right? See how, because of his lack of know thyself, because he claims to be Hebrew, so he doesn't know himself. I don't care what they say. His lack of know thyself has him using slave master tactics to try to make Moors look bad when he's mad because of some gay porn stuff like that that has specific Moors names on it. Why are you putting that on all Moors when you got a letter from somebody that has specific names? Like, they were extremely specific with who they were talking about. But again, right? Remember, we're dealing with the individuals who don't have the intellectual capacity to think for themselves. They need to be led. So the people who are coming into this information and they see that, oh my God, oh, the Moors are... That's specific Moors. That has nothing to do... I don't support gay porn and stuff like that. I don't support pedophilia. I'm not into transvestite stuff like that, because I came up Rastafari and we don't play those stuff. See, period. None to discuss about why and all that stuff like that. Go check the Rastafari records, why. Right? And again, remember, people want to get mad. Oh, Cujo, you know what I mean? You need to change your approach, how you deal with people and stuff like that, because, you know, people can't take, you know what I mean? It looks like hate and all that stuff. No, when I was Black Power, that was hate. Like, that was hate. Like, this is not hate that people are getting right now. Right? Throw a bottle at you from the bar because you played some BS at the club, that's hate. Right? Go to clubs looking for guys because they're from the next block over there because they beat up my friend. That's hate. What I'm doing right now with nationality and birthrights is not even close to hate. And to even have the mindset to think that because I tell it how it is, Islam to Brother Monty, who just called me today from Florida. And you know what Brother Monty said? Cujo, don't stop doing it just like how you're doing it. Keep doing it just like that. Don't change. I don't care what they say. People talking BS about how we're doing it's not how it should be done or whatever. Green fezzes, blue fezzes, orange fezzes, whatever, who cares, doesn't matter. T-shirts, you know what I mean? You know, ties and stuff like that. Jeans, fatigues, sneakers. I know black shiny shoe Moors. Like, sorry. Put that BS all over there. This is free thinking people. I have a t-shirt, that means I'm dirty? Get the hell out of here. You're dirty for thinking so stupid. These people need to get slapped because they've been getting told. This is not, we're just bringing this up today. Moors been telling people about King Alfred plan and what's about to go down. Before stuff went down. Now stuff's going down that's in King Alfred plan and people are still, they're still playing. It's okay, you can play. You know what I mean? Yo, the world is your playground. The world is your playground. Play all you want to play. Woke! He's so woke his eyes bulging out. They're woke. Right? Noble Juali. Juali in time. Allah has sent us a prophet and sent him in time with a holy message which is divine. He came to let the Asiatics of America know they are of the ancient family of the Moors. His spiel was to the Asiatic first. Why? Because they have been sinners since their departure from their forefathers' religion. They've been sinners. He's not saying that light. Nobody's calling you a sinner. You're a sinner. You're a sinner. You need to stop sinning because you're sinning. Nobody tells somebody they're a sinner and talking like that. For the people who think that we're not showing love because we raise our voice and tell people some stuff that they don't want to hear. If you don't want to step up to the plate and tell them how it is, then sit your ass down somewhere. If you're not ready to deal with what has to get dealt with, which is going into the communities where these people are at, these same crazy people, and doing something to assist them. Islam to the Moors that are active, that are doing something for the program of uplifting fallen humanity. It's all we're supposed to do. We study whatever we study in our spare time because Moors, naturally, that's just what we do, study. But your job as a Moor is to wake up your people. That's your job. Forget anything else you thought was your job as a Moor. As a Moor, your job is wake up your people. Don't worry about that dirty Moor over there. You just send an email to canaanlandguide@gmail.com. We'll put them out. You do your work. You don't worry about what they're doing. That's why the email's there. You engage a dirty Moor, don't worry about them. Send the email. That's how we put it out there. You know what I mean? And we're talking outrageous. Right? Give me some BS. Moor told you something on Facebook or something like that and you're mad. That Moor is dirty because he said, no, shut the hell up. That's nothing. Right? Get out of the sinner mindset. Because only a sinner is going to talk about somebody else did something to him. Right? Connection rejected. Whatever that means. So obviously there's going to be no stream of this one. Just a broadcast. So, whatever. Here we go. O sinners, why don't you hear the soul of Islam ringing in your ears? Hey sinners, Negro, black, colored, conscious community people, why don't you hear the soul of Islam ringing in your ears? You guys love Janet Jackson so much. She turned to Islam. What happened to you guys? She went to Islam. What's up? What are you waiting for? Well, Morgan Freeman went to Islam. Muhammad Ali went to Islam. Mike Tyson went to Islam. Sean Price went to Islam. Like, what's up? What's up? How come you don't hear Islam ringing in your goddamn ears? Are you deaf? Are you hard of hearing? Why are you hard of hearing? Is it because of wax? You just come from, crooked police, let a shot off in your ear and you can't hear what I'm saying? How come you don't hear Islam ringing in your ears, sinner? And for those who hear Islam ringing in their ears, Islam to you. For hearing the ringing and not ignoring the ringing like an alarm clock in the morning and you went drinking on work night. Don't get mad, get your ass up, Lazarus. You're the one who went drinking. Don't get mad, sinner. Hear the ringing in your ears. Don't snooze. Don't snooze when the Islam alarm clock's ringing. Don't snooze. You can't snooze. If you snooze, then you stay asleep forever. It's just like the people say, look back, turn to salt. What do you mean? If you hear the Islam alarm clock ringing and you hit snooze, you're staying asleep forever. That is the warning. Tell all your friends, tell all your people, let whoever is ignorant of national and birthrights know. Hey, you're going to hear Islam ringing in your ears. What do you mean? What's it going to sound like? I don't know. It's going to sound like Islam. When Islam starts ringing in your ears, don't hit snooze, or you're going to fall asleep forever, and you're never going to be waked up, and you're going to be in this torment of ignorance for eternity. Remember, it's 8-8 day today. So everything that we put out there is ritual today. So make sure you don't get caught in the ritual. Right? 8-8 day. And then, remember, 17 is an 8-2. So triple 8 day, and then the 2 and the 17 is quadruple 8 day. And talk with one of the oracles, and then keep in mind that the 8 is also the tape. When you take the 2 circles off, that's the infinity as well. Right? So it's really real. And moon's going nuts next 2-3 days. Well, speaking about moon, make sure you go YouTube search Peter Moon, Noble Drew Ali, Moors, whatever. That just came to me. Since I said moon. Check Peter Moon. Just go on YouTube and hear what he has to say about Moors and Noble Drew Ali. If you don't hear Islam ringing in your ears. The Prophet has said that if I were you, I would get ready before you are made to do so. Now, come and pick up your forefathers and mothers' ancient and divine creed, which carries your national name indeed. Okay, so now, come and pick up your forefathers and mothers' ancient and divine creed. So you pick up the creed, which carries your national name indeed. Now, pick up the creed and you get the national name. Pick up the creed and then you get the national name. The Islam, the creed is I, self, law, and masterism. The creed is I, self, law, and masterism. The creed is know thyself. Because logically, when you know thyself, which is the creed, you would know what your free national name is. And you would know that you're not Negro, Black, Colored, or Ethiopian. Or anything else that these people want to claim that they are, when we know that that's a fraud. Because we're in Morocco. So if you're in Morocco, either you're a Moroccan national or you're an ipso jure Moorish subject in Morocco. It will entitle you to your rights, which you have been denied. Because in 1774, your light was cut off from the ancient Moors. And that is why Allah has sent us a prophet in 1886 to prepare the light that was out. In 1925, the prophet said, I have mended the broken wires and have connected them with the higher powers. So come on, Asiatics. Don't you want to go? We were marching on to Canaan. I used to think that was a city in the sky, but now I know it is here on earth. Don't you want your share? We're marching on to where? Marching on to where? Huh? All those claffy Moors who diss Canaan land and talk BS about this is Canada and all that stuff. Nobody said we're marching on to Canaan. So if Moors talk against Canaan land or Cujo or anything Canaan land affiliated, wouldn't that mean that they're going against the prophet? If the prophet said that we're marching on to Canaan? And that's prophecy fulfilling because, you know, as you've seen in the past 7 years, we've had Moors from all over come to Canaan land, march on to Canaan land. If you check the record right now, Canaan land might not be the most contacted Moorish Science Temple of America, but I guarantee you that Canaan land Moors is the most replied to your call Moorish Science Temple of America that's out there. Because everybody that calls, everybody, every single individual that calls 647-748-6664 and leaves a message on the Moorish Science Temple of America voicemail, when I call them back, their reaction is, wow, you called. Why would you say that? Well, because, like, you know, all these other places I called, I ain't getting no callbacks. That again goes out to the people who want to say that, you know, what we're doing out here is not right, and we're temple number 5, so we're not really number 1 because 5 comes after 1 and all this BS. You know what I mean? Trying to make it look like we're not credible. Well, the people who are vibrating on the frequency, the people who are smelling the food, the people who have their senses working, they pick up on the vibration and they come back home. They come back home to where you learn about your nationality and birthrights. Not here to bother you. Not here to be your whoever. You chase us down or whatever. We're trying to get info from you. What are you finding out? Why do you think we got email open to anybody? Why do you think Moors send testimonials? Why? You think they're just doing that because they're bored? No, they do that because we tell them, yeah, that's what happened? Send that in an email so the Moors could know what's happening with people exercising their birthrights. Because we know, you know what I mean? Certain things you don't want to go on camera and stuff like that because it's crazy out here. You know what I mean? It's crazy out here. You could be like that. That you man in the video. That was the movie called again. This movie I was watching with my nieces, and this dude went viral because a diaper got stuck on his hand or whatever. Right? So anybody could make it. Anybody could make it right now. right? There's no limit to who could make it, right? So do you want your share? This is about nationality and birthrights. Oh, another thing, before I forget, let's just look up prophet in the Metaphysical Bible Dictionary so we can have a clear perspective, you know what I mean? Because people are going to talk BS, call themselves Ali and stuff like that, when that is, you know, the name of Allah, and Allah sent the prophet. So the frequency of Allah is in the name Ali. So if you're going to call yourself Ali, you better be doing what Noble Drew Ali did. You're not doing what Noble Drew Ali did? You're calling people, asking them questions and stuff like that, but your name's Ali? Probably shouldn't be calling yourself Ali. Because this is what you're connecting yourself to by calling yourself Ali. Just so you can have a better perspective, because, you know, people think we're you know, mean because we're telling people don't do that. You know what I mean? We're trying to control the birthright. You can't tell me. He brought 5 names. Ali's one of the names. All right, fine. Go right ahead. Go use it. Go use it. Prophet. Now, what's interesting about the prophet meaning is that, or definition, that it doesn't give profit and prosperity. They don't give a definition other than the metaphysical one. Maybe something Moors could check. How much words, just in your going through the Metaphysical Bible Dictionary, how many words only have a metaphysical meaning? And from these pages that I'm flipping through right here, none of these only have a metaphysical meaning. But there's another one, Newman, new birth. So prophet only has a metaphysical meaning. Metaphysical meaning of prophet. A teacher. Teacher. So if the metaphysical meaning of prophet is a teacher, and Noble Drew Ali was the founder of the Moorish Science Temple of America, and he's a teacher metaphysically, then would that mean that the temple is a school? And Moors are supposed to be going there to learn, not pray, and not sing hymns? Moors are supposed to be actually going there to pray and not sing hymns. Amazing. Amazing. Right? Now that's how crazy it is. Because right now, this thing is saying connection rejected, and I'm getting all these text messages that the connection stopped. They just cut the feed. So we're going to let the camera roll as I refresh the page, and let's see what happens with a page refreshing. Let's just see what happens with a page refreshing. Islam to the Moors, Brother Wasim, Brother Yusuf, Sister Sakira L, who sent messages that I'm off the air. Right? Crazy. So I refresh the page. I refresh the page. Now it says that I'm logged out. Log back in. And see what happens. Peace. Peace. Yo, Islam. Yo, I'm just doing class right now. Yeah. What's your time saying? Oh, okay, okay. Alright. What's good? Yeah, yeah. Yeah. So, alright. Yeah. Alright, yeah, no worries, yo. Stay up, yo, but the stuff's in the mail. You should have got it already. Yeah. I sent it last week. Alright, fam. Peace. Islam. Alright, so this is what went down. Allah works in amazing ways. And unfortunately, I'm not going to have chat because now Flash Player is unable or something like that. Because it's always something with these people. Always trying. So, right when, we'll just put this up just so you can see. Right as 8:13 right there, I got that call. It's going to be blurry, but we'll get it on the camera. 8:13, the top call, got the top call at 8:13 when this thing shut down. Who was that calling at 8:13? That was Brother Yassin Bey, who's locked up, right? Doesn't get to call often. Right? This is how Allah works, okay? Doesn't get to call often. Got a chance to call. Called at 8:13 when the thing shut down to give us Islam. So Islam from Brother Yassin to all the Moors who were waiting, you know what I mean? The energy's disrupted because the brother's locked up. So if you would have called during class, especially from that number that I don't know, I wouldn't have answered. Because usually when he calls, he had to three-way the call. That's why it came up as a number. Usually the number comes up from the prison. That's how I know it's him to answer the call. So he would have to leave a message or whatever. So just showing you how Allah works when you're vibrant on the journey of the Prophet, when you're studying what he brought, things happen to show you that, you know what? Don't sweat it. It's bigger stuff going on. There's way bigger stuff going on. Right? And the reason why he was calling was to find out if we sent out the package, because it was sent maybe about a week ago. You know what I mean? And you know, he's here, so it should be 2 days that the mail gets there, but you know, they got to go through their little BS or whatever. So he was just calling to see if we sent the stuff. What he got in the mail for inside was, he already has Quran and all that stuff, so he got a little package with some literature. 77 facts, matter of fact. Sent a few copies of those to the prison. Edited by Sister Tahida. And, of course, authored by Brother Kudro and Brother Rami. He made a video, put my name in it, and people think, you know, it's beef or something like that. He's my co-author, right? Diversion. You're missing it. Go study. Get the hell off YouTube. Right? But back to Prophet. So Noble Jwali is a teacher. Noble Jwali is a teacher. So if Noble Jwali is a teacher, then Moorish Science Temple of America is a school. actually is a school. Is a school. If prophet metaphysically means teacher, then Moorish Science Temple, matter of fact, Moorish Holy Temple of Science, Old Canaanite Temple, Moorish Divine National Movement, a school. One who receives an inspiration of spirit, an understanding of spiritual law, and imparts it to others. Imparts it to others. One who receives an inspiration of spirit, comma, an understanding of spiritual law, comma, and imparts it to others. This is what a prophet is, metaphysical meaning. A prophet in individual consciousness is a thought that is in contact with spirit. 101 questionnaire. What is prophet? Prophet is the thought of Allah manifested in the flesh. The same stuff that in the metaphysical dictionary is in your literature that Noble Drew Ali brought you. The same stuff that your prophet brought you is in the Metaphysical Bible Dictionary. You think he's not real? You think it's a figment of his imagination with what he was teaching? No, because he was Professor Drew, or professor, teacher, Professor Drew, the Egyptian addict. Professor Drew, the Egyptian addict. Starting to make sense, this prophet thing. A prophet in individual consciousness is a thought that is in contact with spirit, that receives revelations direct from the Holy Spirit. It knows and understands divine law and its working. So not just spirit law, but also divine law. Notice the theme of law. And we're talking about metaphysics right now. Oh, but all these metaphysician people or whatever like that, they don't want to deal with Noble Drew Ali. Well, except Bobby Hemmett, Islam to Bobby Hemmett, Islam to Delbert Blair, R.I.P. And any other metaphysicians that recognize Noble Drew Ali, recognize nationality and birthrights, and declare, proclaim, or whatever. Bobby Hemmett didn't proclaim nationality. No, he didn't, but his teacher was C. Freeman L. So if his master teacher was C. Freeman L., trust me, Bobby Hemmett's a Moor. Trust me. He knows about nationality and birthrights. If his master teacher is C. Freeman L., I don't care what the hell you say about what he said about Moors. Because I don't hear him talking BS about C. Freeman L. And C. Freeman L. is a student of Noble Drew Ali. It knows and understands divine law and its working. Therefore, it warns and instructs the other thoughts. This is why Noble Drew Ali said, those who were with me back then are with me today. Why? Because man is mind. It's not reincarnated in this life. Now we're with the prophet again because, he's not here, but we're here. Why wouldn't he come back? Just us? Mind. No, it's not about eclipse. It's about energy of the eclipse. It's not about the moon's full. It's about the energy of the full moon. Abstract. It's not about, is Earth round or flat? We're on it. It really doesn't matter. Especially if a meteor hits it tomorrow. The prophets of old seemed to stand between God and the people. It was through them that the people received divine guidance. It's through the prophets, these intermediaries, that the people receive divine guidance. Not through, oh, I pray, oh God, I hope, please give me something. Not through, I'm one with God because I am light. And God is light. We are light together. No. Prophet is who does that. So Islam to all the Moors who trust and have faith in their prophet and the fact that, yeah, the Most High, the creator of everything in existence, sent Noble Drew Ali to us, the Asiatics of North America, who were deaf, dumb, and blind, calling ourselves crayons, adjectives, continents, languages, and thinking we're being somebody with a smile and a dashiki on, selling you some shea butter and plantain soap. But they don't know about their birthrights. And Nigerians don't call themselves black, but they're from Africa. And Ghanaians don't call themselves black, and they're from Africa. They don't call themselves African American, and they're from Africa. Well, I'll be damned. They're Nigerian American, but they're from Africa. They're not African American like you dumbasses. Oh yeah, we're Moroccan American. You know, we're American American. Emails. We have a couple, but there's some other stuff I was going to touch on, but if these questions take up the time, forget that other BS, because it's really just some clarity stuff for some people. So I'm here now, this black screen, so I don't got nothing to show, so it's all good. Give thanks for that. This is black screen. It's just talking now anyways. Alright. So okay, so there's alright, so we have people who are continuing to make the claims that we aren't Moors, we're everything except Moors, right? For people who might be a little bit slow, you know, we can't slow it down more than this for you. Like, this is as slow as it could be relative to what a Moor is, right? Now we can go fast, we can go Rick Smith, light years about what a Moor is. We're not gonna go there. We're gonna go like mad slow, right? There was probably somebody who didn't refresh that didn't get to see me. Moor means any dark-skinned person, especially an African Negro. Moor means any dark-skinned person, especially an African Negro. If that is too advanced for you, if If that is too advanced to you, then sorry, you're on your own. Can't help you. Don't know what to do for you. Right? Nothing personal, but can't go any more slower than that. If you don't get that a Moor is any dark-skinned person, especially African Negro, then your brainwash is too gone to fix. You know what I mean? When the guy says, sorry man, we're just gonna have to take your leg. Yeah, but I thought you guys could cut out that little part. No, we're taking the leg. So y'all are like the leg. You just gotta go. Because this is not advanced, right? And you have Kofi Alatunji, right? So, you know, Rami Salam will put up his little video. Kofi Olatunji, this is a dirty Moor from years ago, right? That these dirty Moors, like the little mole in the hole game, just keep popping their head up or whatever like that. Every, 6-8 months they pop their head up out their little hole, sticking their chests out, acting like they're in control, right? He comes on the video talking about Cujo's too stubborn and obstinate to change. Now, I've put it on the record before that, I'm earth sign. So, earth is fairly stubborn. You know what I mean? You might not want to beat your head off me. You will hurt yourself because I'm earth. Right? No intellectual BS with me because I'm earth. That's just what it is, not me. Blame the stars. Right? That's just what it is. So, there's no refusing to change or whatever like that. It is what it is. Right? Even if I'm mud, I eat you. Even if I'm mud, you're done. Right? If I mix with water, you're done. Trust me. And I'm son of Olokun. So to mix with water and be mud, to done you guys is easy. But we love you. And we're just wanting to be left alone to uplift fallen humanity. We don't need you people playing your little slander campaign. Because then when we, respond, you're never going to call into the show. You're going to stay being a bitch-ass Negro and not call into the show. Leave stupid comments and all that stuff. Never call into the show. Numbers been sitting on Canaanland Moors for the temple. I get calls all the time. I check the messages personally. You guys still too punk-ass to leave a message. You wouldn't even leave a message. So we know that you guys are those punks from back in the day, the same punks who like to pull people over, right, and abuse them because they were a punk in high school. So they go get the job as a highwayman or a bus driver, and then they sit on their fat ass or whatever, and they're not gonna they're not gonna lower the bus for the sister with the baby carriage and stuff like that to get in. They're gonna be punk asses and have the bus 5 feet off the ground, like some hydraulic frickin' competition, and tell her get the stuff in the car while the frickin' bus is going like this, 5 feet off the ground. Right? These are the people that you're dealing with. Who, on the other side, Rami Salam El is grouping with everybody who's about birthrights and saying that I'm mean and that approach is not going to work. I don't give a hell about people who don't care about their nationality and birthrights. I already put that on the record. Family, get a pass because you're family. Right? Anybody else? You on some BS? You go over there with your BS. I'm not hearing it because I'm Moorish American. Just like Chinese aren't hearing it, just like Turks aren't hearing it, just like Hindus aren't hearing it. You think they got time to waste worrying about what Negroes doing? No, they're going about here, they're doing whatever they got to do. That's our approach. I don't give a hell about some Negro, black, colored people who don't want to know about their national birthrights. Those that want to know, hey, come on down. What's good? Islam, black power, or whatever. Like, what you want to know? Let's get the building going on. Right? So, because individuals like Kofi Alatanji play this, stick their head up their hole, right? They play this game. Stick their head up their hole. We let them play. That's a game that they could only play by themselves. And we're boosting them. We're gonna call their name because we want everybody to know who these losers are. Nobody really told you don't endanger your life with a fool. A loser is a fool. Because he'll do anything to make a name for himself or herself. And the educated fool, oh, they're a fool dead on. They're such a fool, they don't even know that they're a fool. Right? Want to give a shout out to Brother Aerial View and One Shot Enterprise for their interview that they did at the barbershop. Again, Brother Keith Bay, who is Grant Hill's personal barber. Personal barber, right? And when you go to his store, his shop, they got the Moroccan flag up and all that. Trust me, if he knew Grant Hill since junior high school or whatever like that, trust me, he knows about Moors. And if he's going to be sitting in the chair, let a Moor cut his head, because, Moors are supposed to be public enemy number one, you know what I mean? You don't want Moors to do anything for you because, they got the bucket hats and they say Allah and Islam and, right? They're a prophet and, they're crazy. They're in a sect and a cult. Well, Grant Hill, make a cult member cuts Grant Hill's hair. I mean, Grant Hill's in a cult too, isn't it? Oh, but you guys watch basketball, you listen to his commentary and all that stuff, give him applause and stuff like, oh yeah, good commentary on that basketball game and stuff like that. But he knows about Moors. What do you know about Moors? A Moor cuts his hair. A Moor is Grant Hill's barber. Let that digest. A Moor, a Moorish American Muslim who has a fez and all that stuff, studies Moor's Order of the Round Table, Great Seal, Noble Drew Ali, everything. RV Bay Publications, Canaanland Moors, and he cuts Grant Hill's hair. I mean, if Moors are so bad and so evil, Grant Hill shouldn't let no Moor cut his hair if Moors are so evil. Moors put people in slavery and all that stuff, then, you know what I mean? Like, you look at the pictures, he's rather comfortable in the chair. Right? So Islam to Aerial View for putting it on the record. Appreciate that. Islam Canaanland Moors, Islam Grand Sheik Cujo. This is Brother Ray L. A couple of days ago, I received a phone call from R. Neil Bay speaking against Grand Sheik Cujo, claiming that he is insubordinate and going against the Prophet's teachings. Here is a few questions I composed from the conversation between R. Neil Bay and myself to get some clarification on these matters. Why hasn't Grand Sheik Cujo donated to the Grand Major Temple nor go to any of the conventions? Well, the same reason why the Hebrew guy is calling out Taharka Bay and all that stuff right now, because of a certain letter and certain people went up into certain people's houses and they saw pedophilia, porn and stuff like that, is why I don't go to no conventions. Second, because we were taught, me and Neil Bay, because we were there with the Moors who ran into the place and found the stuff, which is why they even left. Remember a few classes ago, interestingly, that he's coming up now. But remember some classes ago, we were talking about when I went to Chicago. All that time, like, Neil Bay was around. When I'm talking about the fleet of cars with their own tags and stuff like that, Neil Bay was around those times, and that was not with the Moors who are being called with pedophilia stuff right now, who Neil Bay and them are down with now, today. Because remember, you know, there was a sellout in the people who left the pedophilia Moors and did their own thing, because they're like, forget that, we're not down with no pedophilia. They left. And they had Mecca on lock, these Moors. Right? The Grand Major Temple Moors infiltrated that. That shut down, and then the heads of that scattered. Some people went into Yoruba or whatever. Some people went back to being Negro, black, colored. Some people just went underground, and some people went back to the pedophilia people. Second reason why I haven't been to any of those conventions. The same Moors who had all the tags and stuff like that, that gave us our charter and all that, right? Those same Moors told me personally, Neil Bay was there. Well, he's the main person that was there. Cujo, we're going to give you a charter, make you a Grand Sheik. You know, we're going to have to put you through the Arab chamber and all that stuff, because, you know, dirty Moors are going to question, did you go through the Arab chamber if you have the title Grand Sheik? So we're going to make sure you go through the Arab chamber, so you're going to, because you are prophecy. Then they went, they pulled out the paper with the article. Then they said, Noble Drew Ali was supposed to come to Toronto, set up Moorish Science Temple and all that stuff. So we see this as prophecy happening. So we're going to give you everything it is that you need. And what we're going to do is we're going to make you not only divine minister and Grand Sheik, but we're also going to make you Grand Governor. Why? Because Canaan land is almost like its own jurisdiction, because nobody's ever been there from, you know, here. Nobody's ever ventured there to start anything to do with Moorish. Like, you came from there. So we might as well send you back with everything. Since you're the only one ever that came from this place called Canaan land, that they had the Washita map that said Canaan land on it. Right? That's how we came up with the name Canaan land, because it was on the Washita map. We didn't make it up. It was on the Washita map. That's why we said Canaanland Moors. Those Moors said, we're going to make you Grand Governor, because Canada is its own jurisdiction. No Moor has ever been there. You're the only Moors there, so you guys are going to be the representation. Nobody's got nothing on you, not even the Queen, because you're the governor for there. This is what the Moors told me. Right? Now, if I'm a Grand Governor in my own jurisdiction, I should have my own plane to go wherever I want to go. You know, because I'm a dignitary. As far as Moorish Science Temple is concerned, I'm a dignitary. Like I said, when we went to Chicago, the Moors came and met us at the station. When I said, oh, my bag's right here. They're, oh, no, don't get your bags, you know what I mean? We'll get those. They took my bags. They put them in the car. They opened the door for me, you know what I mean? made me sit in, make sure my jacket wasn't in, the stuff like that, you know, pull my jacket in, they closed the door and all that. So that's what I came up in as far as Moorish Science Temple. So I'm not expecting anything less from anybody else who claims that they're Moorish Science Temple. Now, when 7 years go by and just as many conventions and not one of these heads of the whoever called, because I mean, you know, it's not like they didn't know who Cujo is. I mean, like, we put Canaanland on the map. Ain't nobody know about Canaanland before us. This was just barren land, Europeans, Eskimos, and whatever else they thought was up here, as far as Moors are concerned, right? So if I'm a dignitary and they're not paying for me to come to convention, to hell with their convention. So that's the two reasons why I've never been to a convention, and now with the stuff coming out, the letter and stuff like that, because remember, we come from the Moors who knew about that BS. That's why they left. That's why I went on that video that the Hebrew guy made and told him, do not compare Moorish Science temples. You can't do that, because not every Moorish American is down with that Moorish Science temple that you guys are throwing darts at. Not every Moor belongs to that. So you can't say Moors generally. Right? And again, you guys, Hebrew guy, Michael, whatever your name is, you're late. How you bringing out that stuff now like that's something? That ain't nothing. Those are the dirty Moors who infiltrated the movement and caused all this confusion in the Moorish movement. Obviously, they're going to be involved in some fuckery. Obviously, they're dirty Moors. What do you mean? Why wouldn't they be involved in some, you know what I mean? Polite is a dirty Moor. Why wouldn't he be involved with some tranny stuff? Why are you surprised? Why are you surprised? Rob people, steal people's finance from whatever. Sonetter, dirty Moors. Roy Bay told you that he's dirty. He even left him. But then he went with the pedophilia Moors. Which is like, okay, well, I mean, you know, you're going to leave the rat den to go in the mongoose den? Right? So that's why for that. Okay? Second question. And don't forget, don't worry, I know we started, you know what I mean, the mishap with the stuff. So I owe you about 10 minutes, don't worry. If C. Kirkman Bey brought us the black fez, how can Kudro wear one and diss the Moor who brought the black fez to us? Once again, for these nincompoop Moors that claim that they're in some type of authority in the Moorish movement, Moorish Science Temple, or whatever Moorish, a fez is before Noble Drew Ali. So to hell with Kirkman Bey bringing black fez to anybody. Fez is before Noble Drew Ali. You got pictures of Noble Drew Ali with a black fez. Come on now. You can tell a black fez from a red fez in a black and white picture. You can tell there's a big difference between a black fez and a red fez in a black and white picture. So any picture that you see with Noble Drew Ali that's black and white, that has a fez, you tell me if that fez is red or black. And if you're saying that that's a red fez, you tell me how Charles Kirkman Bey, who came after Noble Drew Ali, is the bringer of black fezzes. You tell me that black fezzes haven't been around before Kirkman Bey? Really? Because I wear a black fez means that I rep Kirkman Bey? No. Because Kirkman Bey's black fez had the markings on it. There's no markings on the black fez that I wear. But instead of these dirty Moors addressing the Kirkman Bay Moors, who, you know what I mean? Because clearly they have an issue with Kirkman Bay if they're going to bring... But Kudrow wears a black vest. Kirkman Bay brought that. How come he's repping Kirkman Bay? So clearly they have a problem with Kirkman Bay. But they're going to come at Kudrow, who's not Kirkman Bay, have nothing to do with Kirkman Bay, read the letters from Emily Ill, punking Kirkman Bay for being a fraud, read the letters from the court that Emily Ill won the court case when they tried to take him to court. But they're not going to go talk to those dirty Moors. They're going to come at Kudrow. Like Kudrow did something. Rami is going to come at Kudrow like Kudrow's the problem. Like, I'm not the problem. Just like Hebrew, Michael Edwards. You have a list, you have a letter with names on it. If you have a letter with names on it talking about Moors doing cuff stuff, Moors doing cuff stuff, their names in it, but you're going to say all Moors. All Moors are doing this. Moor Science Temple needs to do something because this is looking bad on all the Moors. No, it's not. It's looking bad on those Moors whose name's on the letter that you got. My name's not on no letter. My temple's not on any letter. So don't affiliate our temple with these bastards over here that are doing pedophilia porn or whatever. Right? There's no affiliation because we're not in their books. Just like Neil Bay just said, we haven't even been to no conventions. That's one of their people, Mr. Michael Edwards, if you're watching this, or if you're watching this. If you're watching this, Michael Edwards, keep in mind that a Moor messaged me about Moors talking BS about me. The Moors who are talking BS about me are down with the pedophilia Moors. So you can't say that all Moors, especially Moors affiliated with me, are down with that, because the pedophilia Moors are coming at me. Got the email right here. And I already told you, Michael Edwards, I gave you my email. Send me an email if you want to discuss what it is, so you can recognize not all Moors, just like I told you, not all Hebrews get raided by the FBI. So for me to say, well, one Hebrew Israelite got raided by the FBI, so that's on all Hebrew Israelites, that's some BS. Because we know some good Hebrews that never ever even been to jail, much less raided by the FBI. So don't do that, right? We know who these clowns are. We've been calling out these clowns. And stop calling them Moorish. They're not Moorish, they're Moriscos. Call them who they are, Morisco World TV. Don't call them Moorish. They're not Moorish. If they're in some pedophilia or whatever. Trust me, they're not Moorish. Right? Or Moorish Science Temple or Four Noble Drew Ali or nothing like that. Don't affiliate them with the true and faithful Moorish Americans. Right? Instead of promoting freaking Tarka Bay or whatever, why don't you promote the credit union that the Moors are starting up? Why don't you promote that? How come you guys don't talk about that? You know what I mean? And we're not going through no black source to get it, so don't even think of trying to start no propaganda. Shut that down, because it's already approved. How come? You don't talk about the good that Moors do. I never talk about the good that Moors do. Always talking about BS that Moors did. Moors put people in slavery. Moors stealing houses. Moors this. Moors that. How about the Moors that saved people's life? How about those Moors? How about the Holy Quran of the Moorish Science Temple of America chapter that saved somebody's life, made them take the gun out of their mouth? Like real ones. Real serious ones. Where they said, you know what? This book just gave me something to think about that I never thought about before. I'm not going to blow my brains out today. I thought about it. Things were bad, but it's not really that bad. It's not that bad. Right? And this is people's personal stuff, crying on the phone and stuff like that. Like I come from youth counselor. I come from that realm. Right? So trust me when I tell you, Moors are calling Cujo and stuff like that. To find out about Moors, it's not some BS find out about Moors. Right? It's like little sis that was at class on Sunday. She's trying to figure out how the hell to get her mother to not make accounts and her aunt to not do this and her uncle to not whatever and her what. These are all people who supposed to love and care for her or whatever. And she can't even trust them. She's coming to a temple to find some solace, some solitude. She's a single mother, deadbeat dad or whatever like that, tormented by her own family. But this ain't doing nothing for people. She's the happiest that she's been, that she's on some more science right now. Islam to system at bay because sis is rocking her bag hard. She doesn't leave without her bag. Ever since she got her bag, she's been rocking her bag hard. Right? To show you how serious it is with Moors that recognize what this is. Neil Bay and them people, matter of fact, Neil Bay and them people, they don't recognize what this is. Right? They don't recognize what this is. Right? Just to show you how crazy it is. This is how crazy it is. Right? This is how crazy it is. People talking BS. How are you talking BS about Cujo? Right? Why? What did I do to any of you people? Right? What did I do to any of you people? You people, when you were locked up and stuff like that, used to mail me. When you Moors were locked up or whatever, I'm the one you're sending mail to. Now, I'm dirty? How am I dirty when you were sending me mail? How? Please explain. I really want to understand. How is it that you're locked up, right? Let's get the date. You're locked up, but you're sending me mail. 8/24/08. 08. Right? Pages. Right? Pages. Right? From Neil Bay. From Neil Bay to Cujo L. Grand Sheik. His brother from the Adept Chamber. Went to the Adept Chamber. He was there. Now they're talking BS about Cujo. When you don't have to read the letters. Just know I got letters. This is one. Right? This is one. They like to play with Cujo. Right? Again, letters. Right? If I'm so whatever, how are they sending me letters if I'm dirty? I'm dirty more, but they have nobody else to reach out to but send me stuff because they know my sincerity and that I'm going to reply and all that. Right? They know that they can send any more to me. Right? Letters from Neil Bay. But I'm dirty more though. Right? And this is what he wrote on the back. Right? Since I'm so dirty. Moors, we are royal. The flicks you sent show that the Moors in here will know of temple number 5. Allahu Akbar. But I'm dirty, right? Cujo's the bad guy, but he has the frickin' stacks of mail from Moors in jail. But I'm the bad guy. Kujo's the bad guy, but people are posting on Facebook pictures of DVDs and books and stuff that they got from Kujo, but Kujo's the bad guy. 3. Explain the sexual preference of the Moor who visited Chicago with you in '07, which doesn't make any sense to me, but we know how people believe what they hear without proof. So apparently, right, again, you know what I mean? Why don't they address the demons? How come they don't address the demons? They're going to go around, Neil Bay specifically, he's going to go around telling people that the assistant Grand Sheik, Hanif Ali El, the assistant Grand Sheik, and just to address that, because I know I can hear you guys already with your BS, he's not using Ali as a free national name. His free national name is El. He was ordained Ali by the Grand Sheik Dawid Ali El. He was ordained Ali because he was the only one that had enough guts to come on the 14-hour bus trip. So the Moors there honored him by giving him Ali for his honor to the Moorish movement and to Prophet Noble Drew Ali. He earned that Ali that he got. So for Neil Bay, who was there, because he's the one talking BS about the assistant Grand Sheiks, he knows his sexual preference and stuff like that, right? And trust me, if I only tell him what Neil Bay is saying about him, like, he'll take that as like personal hurt, and his heart hurt, because he's always asking how's Neil Bay, and I always tell him, yeah, you know what I mean, I never told him really what's good, what's been going on. He thinks it's all still '07 Neil Bay. Right? So, you know, about time to let him know that Neil Bay is talking BS about him. Let's see if he's going to get on video and talk about some stuff. Let's him and Neil Bay have their own personal relationship, being, you know, he's assistant Grand Sheik. And Neil Bay was Grand Sheik of Carbondale. Right? But trust me, you know what I mean? More straight. He's not homo, he's not pedophile, he's not chasing trannies or nothing like that. Right? He's straight as a whistle. He's not in that stuff there. Why? Again, because he came up Rasta, we bottled those guys. Right? Just go listen to the songs. The Rastaman songs against the sodomy and the Gomorrah stuff. And you'll understand why I'd keep my mouth shut. Because with Fez, we really have authority. But we're going to humble ourselves. People think that we're mean. It's like Omar said, you know, a lot of you Moors, it's probably best that you stay Negro black colored. It's probably better for you to stay Negro black colored. Because the antics that you pull under Moorish law is going to make you lose your hand. You're going to make us cut your tongue off and stuff like that. That's where it would go. The Moors ruled. Right? Because people playing games out here. Slandering a man who's straight. He's slandering a straight, somebody straight, that they're gay. And you know this individual. But Rami Salam and these people, you know, Kujo's mean, we're going to let these guys slide. It's all about love our people, because, you know, they're our brothers too. Even though they're sellout niggers, they're our brothers, you know, love them. And then another 100 years is going to pass, and still be sitting here with dirty Moors around you, telling you BS about the people who are doing good and doing right and trying to, you know what I mean, fix this issue of our people being where they're at. Right? Explain to Moors your position in the divine and national movement. My position in the divine and national movement is to be an inspiration to the people that are coming into this with their eyes wide open, that are tired of the BS and the games and the stupid stuff that they've been dealing with in everything else that they were a part of. If you're fed up, you're sick and tired of being sick and tired and all that stuff, then I'm the individual that the ancestors are going to send you to let you get on your path to righteousness through better sources than the ones that are out there. Right? Open door policy. You got my number, you can link me anytime. Anybody who has my number, they know that. Right? In 2 minutes, 5 hours, doesn't matter. It is what it is. That's my position. Right? All the accolade BS, like, that's not even nothing. Like I was telling Amar the other day, we were friends with the guys who had the Mustangs and the souped up whatevers, and you know, we go to a club, we get in free because we know that guy, right? Or we know the bouncer who works at the back door, or whatever. We were the hookup people. So, you know what I mean? Like, I know what being somebody is, and I don't want that job. Right? People play their game or whatever, all they want. You know, it's cool. I'll get down the game, put Grand Sheik on the paper if that's what you want or whatever, but you're right. I'm Kudro L before anything. And nobody's going to be playing their little game, dangle titles over me. They're going to pull titles away because, you know, I said delegation of authority order, so, you know what I mean, they're going to pull my title away and try. You think that's going to stop me from telling our people about their birthrights? Crazy. Tripping. You Moors are straight tripping if you think that. Right? Explain to the Moors, last but not least, explain the relationship between you and Neil Bay for those who are on the outside looking in. Hope it wasn't too many questions. Islam to you and Canaanland Moors. So again, if people do not know, the only reason, there's no other reason that I'm where I am today in this is if it wasn't for our Neil Bay, who to even go further, who I know as Malik Shakur Bay, because we were taught when we were coming up that, you know, get rid of the European BS and have a free national name. That's what we were taught. So all the Neil Bay BS, I don't know what the hell. I know Malik Shakur Bay, but maybe that's why he's doing BS right now, because he's in the lower self. He's not in the higher self. He's not Malik Shakur Bay right now. He's Neil Bay. That's what he pushes. I'm Neil Bay. Okay, so Neil Bay is the lower Bay. That's not the Bay that supposed to be went through the Hadap chamber and all that. Neil Bay is the nigger that just got out of jail. But we see where people are at based on what they call themselves. Dog shit Bay? Well, man, that's what you want to rep it as. But there would be no Canaanland Moors if it wasn't for Neil Bay. Why? Because MySpace, when I'm looking trying to find out about Noble Drew Ali and the Moorish Divine and National Movement, and like everybody else trying to find out what this is about, bumping into brick walls and bumping into dirty Moors and bumping into churches with fezzes on and churches with turbans on and pastors saying Islam, I was very skeptical. But the imagery of Noble Drew Ali, those few pictures, mainly the one in the white when he's wearing the fez, the one with the purple background, and the one with the hand on the book. Those were the pictures that were most frequent when I first came into the movement, right? As far as on MySpace, like those were the pictures that you would see all the time or whatever. So Neil Bay was the only one that said, well, if you want to know about it, why don't you come and check, come see what it is. I mean, I'm talking about a good amount of Moors, right? A good amount of Moors I was building with. And one out of all those Moors said, if you want to know, come check it out. I can tell you, but like if I tell you, it's not really going to really do it justice. Like you have to see what this is about. You know what I mean? Now, little did I know then that he's talking about your own plates, fork fleet cars, people taking your bags, Moors wearing jalabiyas, the same color as their fez. No matter what color their jalabiya was, their fez was that color. All the heads had yellow tassels. Right? There was a theme kind of running of some organization on some other levels. Forget what you see these Moors say they look organized because they take a picture on the steps. Yeah, Moors organized because, you know what I mean, we're looking like the convention picture right now. No, we're not talking about pose on Moors. Not talking about Moors for a picture. We're talking about, like we always use the example of when after we got picked up, the Moor had to stop off at a fabric store. And when the Moor opened the door to the fabric spot, like everything stopped while he walked up to the counter. Like everything stopped. Like everybody in the store stopped. And they freaking looked. And then there's a Moor with a blue jalabi on, with blue trousers, black shoes with a blue fez. Right, this is what they saw when the door opened. Everybody turned. And then the people who worked there left who they were with to go attend to him. Now, usually one person would go because, you know, like why would 3 people need to, you know what I mean? 3 people who were working there left who they were with to go, you know, give him his, you know what I mean, how you doing, you know what I mean, you know, welcome back, whatever like that, and then went back to whatever they were doing. Now, this is the level of Moors that we came up under. When I say we, I mean me and Neil Bay. So how is it that he's against what, like I said, they had their own tags in Chicago. Their own tags. They didn't have Illinois plates. They had their own tags. Free. Neil Bay knows this. He was there. He's seen it. He was in the car. Right? So, you know, to elaborate on the relationship is futile because what I already said should let you know who's who and what's what. What's real and what's fake based on what I said and what I showed already. Right? But if there is more, if it's still not clear, send an email. Right? Send an email. We'll gladly let you know. Because there ain't no secret. Yeah, nothing to hide or nothing like that. Right? Nothing to hide. We already know what's up. Don't forget for the Moors who are watching, 9:15, take your 1 minute to get your phone logged in so you don't miss the stuff, right? This is Montgomery. Spoke right before your show tonight. Proclamation, declaration, concern. Keith B. My brethren and I sent off paperwork to nationalize and get the proclamations back in December of 2006, and in March we received the travel card, temple card, and nationality card. That was all that was received to date. Since then we attempted to assist other Moors within our group to no avail. We were told by Honorable Anita L. that due to our not having the declaration certificate, we are not authorized to be witnesses. We were not aware of that. We truly intended to help the other people in nationalizing in good faith. We just happen to be very active and do not sit back when it comes to helping the people. I'm hoping to complete the nationalizing process, including receiving whatever is needed and declaring our nationality. There are people in our group that are being affected legally, and with the uttermost urgency, I seek your help and guidance in completing the process so that we may properly and honorably assist other Moors that look to us for help. The names in question regarding the proclamation declaration is Keith Roy, Montgomery Barton L., and the other is Alar L. Bay. Now, with regard to the proclamations and certain processes, for example, witnessing, what the real deal is that Moors should be organized to the point where you have Moors to witness your own stuff, right? So when you check the jurisdiction of notary, they speak about the equivalent of a notary is 3 witnesses. The equivalent of a notary is 3 witnesses. So all you need is 3 witnesses in order to state a claim. And we've put on the record that red thumbprint acts as the seal. When you think about it, think about the wax seal that they used to use, the red wax seal. And why the seal was never any other color, it was always red, or you know, maroon, right? It was never, you know, like a burgundy-ish maroon. It was always some shade of red, the wax seal. So the fingerprint, the red fingerprint, would be a seal. And everybody has their own seal once you're in governmental order. And we're speaking from this perspective because that's how we do, for example, somebody has some vaccination, whatever here, and it says notary on it. We scratch out notary and we witness. Any of the sheiks of the temple, whoever's there that day. So somebody comes to temple and there's no, somebody comes to temple and let's say Amari's not there, right? Amari just happens not to be there, but Omar's there and some other Moor who, you know, is a card-carrying, allodial Moorish American. Then those 3 Moors are going to be the witnesses, right? Going back to the whole thing with priesthood being dead and all that stuff, and it's really not that serious because we're a nation. So my brother of my nation has the right to witness my stuff. Why would I want anybody else to witness it? right? With regard to the proclamations and stuff, you can call into the show tonight, 9:30, 20 minutes, 425-569-5201, 425-569-5201, or 347-945-5899. blogtalkradio.com/MHHS eyes wide open. Right? Okay. What else we got here? Brother Yusuf.
Radio. Your show is scheduled to start in 10 minutes, 41 seconds. Welcome to Blog Talk Radio. Please hold. You are now in the host queue.
I'm in. If you don't know the inside joke, you'll find out at 9:30 when you call it. To the war, Islam, give honors to the Prophet. Quick question: if there's dirty Moors in the movement who are causing confusion, we as a nation are supposed to sit there and do nothing? I ask because I see a lot of Moors promoting just look the other way and just love. Are we forgetting justice is one of the principles? Islam, give thanks. And I think a lot of it is that people's perspective of justice is cut somebody's head off or something like that. That ain't, you know what I mean? There don't have to be no killing or nothing like that. Don't get crazy, right? Justice could be they stub their toe, they crash their whip. Like, justice could come in so many different forms, right? And Noble Drew Ali told the Moors, if the principles of love, truth, peace, freedom, and justice, or love, truth, peace, freedom, are violated, then justice must take its course, right? Now, justice is taking its course right now. Justice is taking its course right now because people are fed up with the BS. People are tired of the lies and the confusion. People want freedom right now. They really want freedom. But they're not going to get freedom when there's gatekeepers who know what the truth is, but they're not telling, or they're selling it, or, you know what I mean? They're talking BS about people who are telling it. What we want to get people to realize is that this is your birthright. If you do not protect it, if you do not stand up for it, if you do not respect it and honor it like you're supposed to, justice will take its course against you for violating. Who knows what that might be? Like I said, you know what I mean? Justice might be crash your car. Justice might be your wife leave you. Justice might be your children think you're an asshole and they don't want to talk to you ever again. Justice might be bird doodoo on you. Justice might be choke on some water. Justice comes in all different shapes, forms. Justice could be somebody else dying that you love because of your dumbass not staying in tune with the frequencies of the universe to assist others to stay in tune with the frequencies of the universe. You're God, but you feel, well, love, truth, peace, freedom. Now, how about love, freedom, truth, peace? Yeah, love, truth, peace. And want to know how come stuff's not going how it's supposed to go? Because, justice taking course on your dumbass for violating. That's why, trust me, if I didn't have the dream, vision, whatever, of Noble Drew Ali sitting on the bed, smiling at me, I wouldn't be so, you know what I mean, carefree with exercising the birthright and speaking about it how I am. Because I know that he's down with what I'm doing. There's too much people waking up to think that I need to not do this, or I need to change how I'm doing stuff. And I'm so glad that, you know what I mean, Islam, to whoever put out the Prodigy video with him in the car, you know what I mean, laying it down. Because these people are really influential. You know what I mean? These are people that, you know what I mean, when we were smashed off 40s and stuff like that, you know what I mean, high, crazy high off 5 blunts and all that stuff like that, Mobb Deep we're listening to keep us grounded so we don't break every window on this school right now, or go rob these guys right over here, or, you know, because we just really like to listen to music, chill, freestyle, you know what I mean, and hang out and just be by ourselves, you know what I mean? So trust me, when he came out and said that he doesn't give a whatever, whether you like it or not or whatever, like, I don't care, you're a stupid idiot if you don't if you don't get what I'm saying. If you're not hearing what Kudro's saying, then you're tripping. Because never ever have I been insincere with anybody with regard to this Moorish movement. Even Dirty Moors I'm sincere with. Dirty Moors will tell me. Dirty Moors will tell me, you know, you did that video on me or whatever. But I deserved that, you know what I mean? I was slipping. Alright? So, we got 5 minutes. Islam to all the Moors. The questions that we didn't get, we'll get to those on Sunday. I gotta get ready for 9:30, right? blogtalkradio.com, MHHS-eyes wide open. Told all you haters, call in, come on. Don't be shy. Don't be mad. You got stuff to say on YouTube and Facebook. Call into the show. 5 on the left, 2 on the right. Allah, the Father of the universe, Father of love, truth, peace, freedom, and justice. Allah is my protector, my guide, and my salvation by night and by day through the Holy Prophet, Noble Drew Ali. Ashe. And don't forget, Hip Hop Decoded starting up again every Thursday, 5 p.m., starting September 7th at the Spot in Malvern. Let your youths know. And Moors, if you're looking for something to do something for the youths. Forget these old heads who want to debate and bicker about BS. Let's get this information to the youths because they're waking up, they're ready. They already know what's up. They just need some direction. Islam Moors, catch y'all at 9:30. Peace.
street is my world. I don't pretend to go uptown and be anything fancy. I can, but I find more real in the world that I'm in than I do the tinsel. And the real world is the one I have to deal with every day, you know. Believe me, if I started murdering people, there'd be none of you left.
Let the bass kick.
Playtime been over since y'all dropped the ball. Bound to the continent, there's no asylum for y'all. Pushing the black Asiatic game with Ford L and Pool Bay. Before NOI, I rep draw L all day. How many fakes proclaim to be the reincarnation and claim to be the true head of the Moorish nation? No mention of Mealy Ill, but I read his letters. Dirty Moors mad cause they thought they dead as letters. Many were there when decisions were handed down. Now they claim that Mealy Ill was not ordained, not commissioned, not called or appointed. With divine plans for ages, but Dirty Moors making changes. Working with FBI during infiltrations. In a pheasant alleys giving bogey smoke inhalations. And secret wars were made, heads unmade in public mentions. Don't believe, get the minutes of the first convention. Kirkman and Lomax Bay got called out as villains against the prophet Soden and L. Called Givens. Thousands of Moorish Americans followed those leaders that killed the prophet and made Moors parrots, not readers. They don't study, brains hollow. To crush the truth, plant dissension in the ones that follow. Robbed the treasury, felt like they hit the lotto. Took advantage of the faithful Moors in their times of sorrow. Moments still critical, 100 years later, the message. Stick to the principles in your actions, be progressive. Don't sell your soul for a title, take your membership role. Watch out for Grand Sheiks pushing you in a censorship hole. The sellout was great, now they comfy and won't get the hell out. Active Moors come around, they get clumsy. Not humbly, but act grumpy and jumpy. Active Moors see them touchy and think it's lovely. With faces ugly, I push back so don't shove me. If not for love, it would be just as Dirty Moors get from me. Hitting all reincarnates with writs of discovery and demanding the treasury recovery and law for money. Wearing a fez don't make you a Moorish adept. Dirty Moorish heads are Boy Scouts and cadets. Working for FBI inspectors, slaves for gadgets. Claiming they got pulled, but they really dead magnets. Running a fraud that's done cause new Moors are here. One for all for one profit like musketeers. Bay, not Tampa or Buccaneers. I strike nerves like harp or strings on those puppeteers. Pushing misconceptions as teachings and calling it facts. Swinging my scimitar tongue, not a fireman's axe. Quick to call me out as dirty, say I violate acts. If you don't nationalize, know that I annihilate blacks. Nail them through their palms and incepts on beams of wood. Burn crosses on blacks' lawns in my Moorish hood. Black Klansmen like movie from 1960s. White power, not supremacy like Clayton Bigsby. Now I run through illusions, battling my arch nemesis misconfusion. She's been trying to keep me out of course, facing losses, calling all her negative forces. 99 years past, Drew Ali said 50 would pass, and you wouldn't know about me, or even know what I brought for you. NOI and UNIA knew about him too. Most thought that they could bury the movement, be in charge, passive and abuse it. But Drew said new Moors would come with eyes open, seeing and knowing, far from hoping. Far from belief in faith, master fruition. Study the laws of nature, activate intuition. One day our wheels of industry will stop, and when it starts again, Moors will be on top. Drew Ali blessed with latent power. Warned you, get out the way or be ground to powder. Drew Ali didn't kill you fast, but he brought you your title and estate vast. Confusion continues to confuse, no remembrance of Maghrib al-Aqsa by Moorish descendants. Now I run through illusions, battling my arch nemesis misconfusion. She's been trying to keep me out of course, facing losses, calling all her negative forces.